Hey everyone, so welcome to Aragon at night time. We weren't riding this thing at night, we actually rode it during the day, so don't worry about that. This is the brand new 2017 Kawasaki ZX-10RR. Now that extra R, if you're aware, this is a special part of it. You get that extra R on your bike, that gets you one of 500 of these bad boys right here. So this is basically your, I suppose, your race homologation special that's come out from Kawasaki. For Kawasaki anyway, it's been a long time since they've done one. If those with long memories go back to sort of the mid-90s in the Superbike World Championship when they had the Kawasaki ZX-10RR, the single seat bike from a long time ago. But yeah, so this thing is basically the product of Kawasaki's racing in particularly in the World Superbike Championship, but also lots of different race series around the world. Had some pretty amazing success really in the last few years with the World Superbike Championship. You know, three times that they become world champions with Tom Sykes and twice with Jonathan Rea. This bike that we were riding today at Aragon, this had the race kit ECU, the race kit harness. They took the ABS bits and pieces off it, so a little bit less weight. Also, they jacked the back up a bit, put a 1mm shim with the shock, and also made the front a little bit softer. Now, standard equipment with this thing is the Akrapovic titanium race exhaust, which just sounds the business, seriously. Like, if you ever heard one of those things on the full pipe, good sound that thing comes out with. Comes standard also with Kawasaki's beautiful winter test livery as well. I mean, you know, back in black, as they say, this thing's beautiful. Like, it's very understated, very good looking bike. Aside from the engine bits and pieces, you know, you have reworked cylinder head to be able to accept the race kit camshafts. You also have a bit more meat on the crankshaft as well. But the big thing for me is the forged aluminum Marchesini wheels. Now, anyone who's ridden a motorcycle that's had aftermarket wheels put on it, be they carbon fiber, light alloy, whatever it is that you got, that makes a huge difference to how the bike not just turns, but also stops and accelerates. But you know, the big difference is how this thing turns. Like, you can go barreling into a corner, and a normal ZX-10R is a fantastic bike. I mean, that front end is probably my favorite out of all the bikes that you can't really buy on a standard bike. But you put those wheels on there and she feels like a race bike. It turns really nicely and it just feels like it's lost weight. Accelerates better because there's less mass to have to turn. It pulls nicer off the bottom end. Doesn't feel overly that much faster than a standard ZX-10R, but it comes with the ability to make it much faster by the cams and where else you can throw it. I mean, if you have a good look through Kawasaki's race catalog system, there's so much stuff that you can buy there. I mean, you could build pretty close to a bike that would run very competitively, and at the very least something like the World Super Stock Championship that runs alongside or the European Super Stock Championship that runs alongside World Superbike. It's going to take a bit more, obviously, to build something like Johnny Rea's bike, but that's a different story. But yeah, the $18,999 this thing's going to go for in the States. Pretty good when you consider how much something like a race homologation special Panigale costs, and very competitive against the other Japanese manufacturers as well. But it's going to be a pretty special bike, and you know, one of 500. It's an automatic collector's item, and great power, great brakes, same brakes as a standard Kawasaki ZX-10R, but just the handling, just the difference in and that to me is what makes a really good bike. Like, they've all got great power now. You know, they all go like a bat out of hell, but when you really put it down, this thing gets around a racetrack good, you know, really well. Very impressive bike from Kawasaki, very competitively priced. Real honoured to have a ride on this one, so stay tuned to cyclenews.com. We'll have so much more content coming your way over 2017. And yeah, stay safe over the holidays, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.